Hi, my name is Jason. I'm an applications engineer here at 3M. And today we're bringing you our fourth video in our Express Repair series. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the paint side. In previous videos, we did all of our prep work, we did our body work, and we did our primer, which we then feathered and blocked. The last thing to do is just a little bit of touch-up masking, and then we're going to be ready for paint. This video is intended for professional settings only, and we always want to keep safety in mind. So in this video, I'll be wearing safety glasses, nitrile gloves since I'll be interacting with paint, a full paint suit, and a PAPR system. For more safety and warranty information, be sure to check the description below. Before we jump into paint, we always want to give our panel one final check over. I like to rub the panel with a fresh glove on just to make sure I don't feel any overspray, make sure everything's sanded out smooth and everything's straight. Now that that's checked and everything looks good, we can go on to our final masking. So we just need to fill our door handle holes and also where our mirror was on. A quick little tip on filling those holes. I know a lot of people try to tape them up and it can take a long time to do that. What I like to do is just take a little bit of foam tape and roll it up so it sticks to itself. And I'll roll it a little bit larger than the size of the hole. And then just go ahead and stick that inside and make sure nothing is sticking out and could contact the surface we're going to paint. That's going to seal off anything on the inside from overspray. So I'm going to do that on the other hole. I'm going to tape up this, and then we're going to wipe the panel down with wax and grease remover. Be sure to wear a respirator or a PAPR when using the wax and grease remover since it's solvent based. And then we're going to be ready to spray our sealer. So we got all of our final masking done. All of the holes are covered up. So now we're ready to go ahead and spray our sealer. We always want to use a brand new tack cloth before we start. So we'll turn the booth on when it's up and running at full speed. We'll wipe the panel down with our tack cloth, and then we're going to apply our sealer. Our sealer we want to keep as tight to this area as we can, but let the edges fade off a little so there's not a heavy buildup. So we're going to spray our sealer with one gun, and then we're going to spray blender over the top. This blender is basically going to melt the sealer down so we have a nice smooth finish that transitions into the rest of the panel. So our sealer's all applied, and once again I went over the edges with blender, just a clear blending agent to help soften those edges. Otherwise you might feel that overspray. It could cause a halo with metallic colors is what some people call it. But that blender makes everything nice and smooth. We don't feel any kind of edges. So we're pretty much ready for base coat. The last step is just to go ahead and tack everything off. There might be a little overspray down here below where our sealer was. So we just want to make sure none of that's on the panel. So we'll get that tacked off. The next step is we're going to spray, with this paint line, they want us to spray a wet bed, so clear base coat. So we're going to spray a coat of that and then move right on to color. After that, we'll let it flash off and we'll be ready for clear coat. So we've just finished our base coat application. Again, we wet bedded the entire panel. That fills any minor imperfections and gives a really nice surface for our little bits of pearl and metallic that are in this color to settle nice without falling into any kind of sand scratch. So that's sort of our safety layer we put down first. The color we started just over the repair area. My pattern was pretty small. And then each coat after that, I widened my pattern and I also extended how far I was going to spray. This vehicle also has a little paint chip where the mirror fastens onto the vehicle. So I also sprayed a little bit of base there. But the biggest thing when you're spraying base on a blend is watch your masking around there. We want good coverage in our repair area. And as this steps out, there should be less and less base coat. And we want as minimal overspray as possible on the edges, which on ours it looks really nice and clean. So we know our color should match perfect now. So we're ready to move on to clear coat. So we applied 2 coats of clear coat to our panel, and then we baked it. And what's really nice is if you follow all the SOPs, you wear a paint suit, you wear nitrile gloves, you mask the right way, and keep the job clean right from the start, it ends up clean at the end. So now that we've finished our panel, we don't have any polishing to do. This is ready to go right to reassembly. So that can save a lot of time on the back end by following SOPs on the front end. So this concludes our video series on express repair or spot repair. If you liked the content that you saw, make sure you hit that like button or comment down below. And if you want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe or check out 3M Collision Repair Academy.